This is about your son. He is facing tremendous. My beloved child, stop for a moment. This message carries the cry of a son you raised in tears and prayer. He's been smiling through storms, pretending the silence doesn't hurt. But heaven heard the groan behind his laughter. Every second you stay here pulls his deliverance closer. This is about your son, yes, the one you've been praying for when no one was watching. The one whose name you speak in whispers at night when the house is still. The one you cover with a blanket of tears and hope, even when you pretend to be strong. I have seen every tear you cried for him. Not one fell to the ground without being counted. Not one word of your prayer was lost in the dark. Heaven heard them all. You wonder why his journey feels so heavy, why doors close and voices turn cold. You see his eyes drifting away from joy and you ask, where did my child go? But I say to you, he is not lost. He is in formation. The weight he carries is tremendous, but it is not meant to crush him. It is meant to carve him, to shape the strength you once prayed he would have. What you call pressure, heaven calls preparation. The storm is not his punishment, it is his classroom. Stay till the end. Do not rush this moment. Because while you're listening, angels are moving. Winds of restoration are already stirring around his name. Type Amen to get blessings 444 if you believe heaven is near your child. My beloved child, you have asked me why he shut you out. You think he stopped talking to you because he doesn't care. But I see his heart when the door closes and the lights go off. He talks to me in the quiet you cannot hear. His silence is not disobedience, it is a battle against shame. He carries regret for words he never meant to say. He replays moments that broke your trust. He doesn't know how to come back, but I'm teaching him how to kneel. When you see him withdraw, remember this, you raised a warrior, not a failure. His spirit has not died, it is under repair. Heaven saw it all. The night he sat by the window and whispered, I don't know who I am anymore. The moment he hid his face in his hand so no one would see him cry. The words he never spoke out loud, I heard them. You thought I was silent because I didn't intervene fast enough. But I was building his foundation beneath the ashes. If you saw what was being written in the courts of heaven, you would understand why it took time. Breathe. Heaven is not late. There are moments you feel guilty, thinking you failed him. But hear me clearly, you did not fail. Your prayers kept his life from falling apart. Your faith was the shield I used when darkness came for him. Every time you said, God, please don't let him break, I responded with mercy. You will soon see how your faith became his rescue. Say softly, God, keep your hand on him. The enemy tried to steal his confidence, but I blocked the attack. Temptations rose like waves, but my hand held him under the surface of grace. He stumbled, yes, but not beyond redemption. Because I am already rewriting his story. You will see signs soon, small changes that mean everything. He'll smile again without force. He'll reach out first this time. He'll mention my name without fear. When you see it, remember this moment. Because you heard the prophecy before the proof. My child, there is a tremendous shift happening right now. Heaven has decided that his waiting season is ending. What once looked like loss is preparing to rise as undeniable gain. Stay till the end, because the story you feared was failing is actually turning into the proof that prayer still moves mountains. Comment, Amen 555, if you believe heaven is turning your child's story around. Do you feel that warmth spreading in your chest right now? That is not emotion, that is confirmation. It is the Spirit whispering, I am near. He is facing tremendous pressure, yes. But tremendous pressure always precedes tremendous purpose. What you call breaking is actually becoming. He is being molded for something greater than either of you can see. I will not allow this pain to be wasted. I will not allow his story to end in defeat. Because what was meant to destroy him has become the very altar where I will reveal my glory. Hold on to that. You're not waiting for me to begin, I've already started. Type, Amen 666, if you trust God is already working for your son's good. My beloved child, this is only the beginning. Do not turn away now, because the words that follow will reveal what heaven has been quietly doing on his behalf. Stay till the end, for his tremendous weight is about to turn into tremendous wings. You have prayed, God, please protect him, and I have, more times than you can count. He sat in silence many nights, staring at his reflection, unaware that angels were standing behind him. He thought no one cared, but heaven was closer than his own breath. When he closed his eyes to escape the weight of the world, I covered him with light. When he almost gave in to despair, I whispered his name until he felt peace again. Heaven saw it all. Every hidden battle. Every trembling breath he took when he thought no one was watching. The world saw distance, but I saw warfare. And I never let him fight alone. Breathe, my child. The silence that scared you was not abandonment, it was divine strategy. I had to quiet the noise around him so he could finally hear me. Type, Amen, to get blessings 555 if you believe God is still fighting for your child. There was a night when he almost broke. He sat on the floor, hands in his hair, whispering, I can't do this anymore. But before those words could finish leaving his lips, I sent peace like a wave through the room. That's when he suddenly felt tired enough to sleep instead of give up. That was me. He doesn't even know it, but heaven has been intercepting attacks meant for his mind. What you called confusion, I called protection. Because if he could see the war that was meant to destroy him, his heart would faint. So I shielded him, even from what you begged to understand. My beloved, do not let guilt fool you. You were never meant to fix what only grace could heal. You were chosen to pray, not to carry his burden. And you have done that faithfully. When he pushes you away, it's not rejection, it's survival. He hides because he feels unworthy of love, not because he doesn't feel it. But I am reaching him through the quiet. Every time he isolates, I meet him there. And when you whisper his name in prayer, I echo it in his heart. Say softly now, God, keep your hand on him. Heaven's records show your faith, every time you held his photo, every time you said, I trust you, Lord, even when I don't understand. Those words built a wall around him. That's why he's still standing when others fell. That's why he wakes up when shame tries to drown him. I see you wondering if he will ever become what you dreamed he could be. Yes, he will, and more. Because his story isn't rebellion, it's redirection. I am steering him through unfamiliar paths so he can discover me for himself. You showed him faith, now I'm letting him find it. You have noticed small things, his sudden quiet, his tired eyes, the way he avoids certain conversations. You think he's drifting, but he's actually listening. He's trying to hear what peace sounds like again. He's not lost, he's learning the sound of my voice without yours. That's growth, not distance. Comment, Amen 777, if you believe heaven is working behind the scenes. There is something sacred about what he's going through. It looks like breaking, but it's becoming. He's being stripped of false strength so he can rise in truth. And while you see pain, I see potential awakening. Remember this, nothing he faces is wasted. The guilt, the fear, the loneliness, all of it is soil for the seed of destiny. I am not punishing him, I am positioning him. Because what's being formed in him now will soon bless the very people who once judged him. Breathe again, my beloved. Do not fear what you don't understand. Heaven's timeline doesn't run on your anxiety, it runs on my promise. And my promise for your son is not halfway, it is sealed. He will walk out of this season with his head lifted. The same voice that trembled with doubt will one day declare hope to others. He will tell his story, not as shame, but as testimony. That is why the battle feels so personal, because the victory will be public. Stay till the end. You will see me turn what tried to bury him into the very platform that raises him. The pain you can't explain now will soon make sense when he stands strong and says, "It was God all along." You will cry again, yes, but next time, it will be tears of relief. You'll remember this message and whisper, "He really did it." And I will smile, because I always keep what I promise. Type, Amen 888, if you believe the story isn't over, it's being rewritten. Now, my beloved child, rest your heart. Do not let worry speak louder than faith. For even while you are here listening, angels are still stationed around him. Heaven is watching his every step, not to control him, but to guide him back to peace. Stay still in this moment. Something unseen is happening right now, a quiet exchange between your faith and my fulfillment. And soon, you will feel it, that sudden calm, that holy assurance whispering, "He's going to be okay." Heaven saw it all. And heaven is not finished yet. You've carried so much on your heart for him, haven't you? The sleepless nights, the unanswered calls, the silent dinners where your words couldn't reach him anymore. I was there through it all. Every sigh that escaped your chest became a prayer, and every tear that hit your pillow became evidence in heaven's courtroom. You thought your prayers were scattered like dust, but I gathered every one. When you whispered his name through trembling lips, Gabriel carried it before my throne. When you said, "God, I don't know what else to do," I told Michael, "Strengthen her hands." Nothing you said went unheard. Your voice moves heaven more than you know. You have been fighting for your son in the spirit, even when you didn't realize it. When you wiped your eyes and said, "I'll keep believing anyway," that was warfare. When you decided to love him even while he pushed you away, that was a victory. And heaven recorded it. Heaven saw it all. The day you cried in your car so no one would see. The moment you sat alone, looking at old photos, asking me, "Where did my boy go?" I was there, sitting beside you, whispering, "He's still mine." Type Amen to get blessings 444 if you believe heaven heard your prayers for him. Do not underestimate the power of a mother's intercession. You have opened portals of mercy over him that no darkness can close. Your tears are not weakness, they are signatures of authority in the courts of grace. Each one testifies that your love mirrors mine, unconditional, relentless, unstoppable. When he walked away from wisdom, I walked with him. When he fell into silence, I built him a shelter of grace. Even when you thought he was far from me, he was never beyond reach. I placed reminders of you in his path, a song, a phrase, a stranger's kind word, all carrying your love and my message, come home. Say softly, God, keep your hand on him. You've asked, Lord, how much longer? But I say to you, not much longer now. Because the prayers that once felt like whispers are echoing loudly in heaven's chamber. Your persistence has reached its turning point. Angels are standing by, waiting for the word release. And soon, it will come. Your son's name is written in my hand. Even in his rebellion, he was never erased. Heaven's file on his destiny has not been cancelled, it's being updated. New pages are being added. Pages written in grace, not guilt. My beloved, remember when he was little and his laughter filled your home? I will return that sound to you. But this time, it will carry maturity and gratitude. He will know peace again. He will call your name again, not in pride, but in thanks. Comment Amen 777 if you believe joy will return to your home again. Right now, the angels stand watch like guards of promise. Gabriel holds the scroll of his purpose, Michael keeps the enemy from tampering with it. There are forces that tried to delay his becoming, guilt, shame, wrong voices, but I have issued a restraining order from heaven. Touch not the one under intercession. You may not see it yet, but I'm realigning everything. Even his mistakes are being converted into mercy. Even his detours are being redirected into destiny. Because your love kept the line open between heaven and him. You prayed through storms you didn't deserve, and I will reward you with peace that no one can take. You fought battles unseen, and I will crown you with the proof of answered prayer. Heaven has declared this, the son who almost slipped will stand tall again. The one who almost lost himself will soon carry light for others. Your prayers have become his compass, and your love has become his rescue. Breathe, my beloved. Heaven is not late. There is movement even now, a stirring in his soul, a thought he cannot shake, a longing to come home to peace. That's my spirit calling him, drawing him back to the place of purpose. Heaven saw the day you nearly gave up. The moment you said, maybe I should stop praying, nothing changes. And yet you didn't. That moment alone tilted the scales of justice in his favor. You kept believing, and because you did, heaven kept working. Type Amen 555 if you will keep standing for your child until the miracle shows up. Child, do not measure my timing by your clock. Measure it by my faithfulness. You are about to witness the turning you've prayed for. Even now, mercy is walking toward your house. The sound of breakthrough is closer than you think. Soon, you will see the sign, his message, his visit, his change of tone. Do not dismiss it as small. That small shift is the whisper of a mighty God saying, the story is changing. So, rest your hands. Let me carry what you've been carrying alone. You have done your part, now let heaven finish the rest. Heaven saw it all, and now, heaven is responding. Stay till the end, because the next movement is transformation. My beloved child, don't move from this moment. Heaven is shifting something as you listen. What was once hidden is now unfolding. The prayers that felt unanswered are now ripening into evidence. The atmosphere around your son is changing. What was confusion yesterday is clarity today. What was heaviness is now beginning to lift. You don't have to chase this miracle, it's already on its way. Do you feel that? That quiet peace slipping into your chest. That's the sound of the turning. The tremendous weight he's carried for so long is beginning to turn into wings. Wings of purpose, wings of understanding, wings of freedom. The same pain that tried to bury him will become the platform that raises him. You've been watching, wondering, waiting. Now you'll begin to see what I've been doing behind the curtain. He will start to rise, first in small ways, then in undeniable ones. A call that feels softer than usual, a smile that stays longer, a tone that sounds more like the boy you remember. These are the first lights of dawn. Heaven saw it all. Every trial, every false label, every accusation he carried in silence. But now the tide is turning. My grace is rewriting his name before the very eyes of those who doubted him. Type Amen to get blessing 777 if you believe your child's breakthrough has begun. My beloved, this turning is holy. It's not a random improvement, it's divine reversal. What was meant to shame him will soon honor him. The words spoken against him will backfire into testimony. Even the people who once said, "He'll never make it," will quietly whisper, "Look what God has done." Do not let fear make you look back. This season was not punishment, it was a passage. He had to walk through the shadow so that his faith could wake up. Now, light is breaking through, and the shadow no longer has power. When you prayed, "Lord, change him," I began by changing his surroundings. I removed voices that fed his weakness and planted new ones that speak destiny. You thought people leaving his life was loss, but it was pruning. And only what's been pruned can grow stronger. Say softly, "God, finish what you've started." The weight that once made him hide will soon make him humble. He will begin to see himself not as broken, but as chosen. That's why the attacks were so personal, because his calling is personal. Darkness only fights what it fears. And it feared his potential. You have asked, why did it take so long? Because real healing doesn't rush, it roots. He's not just learning to survive, he's learning to lead. He's not just being rescued, he's being reborn. Soon, you'll see the glow of purpose in his eyes again. It will not be the smile of pretending, it will be the light of becoming. And you'll know the storm was worth it. Comment Amen 888 if you believe this storm is turning into his story of strength. Listen closely, beloved. I am breathing on his dreams again. Ideas he left behind are returning with new fire. Doors that once refused to open are now unlocking in sequence. Each one marked with your prayers, each one timed by my hand. He will step into opportunities that look too big for him, but they're not. They are sized for the new version of him, not the wounded one. When you see him walk into what he was once afraid of, you'll know, heaven's timing is perfect. Nothing he faces is wasted. Even the mistakes have been converted into meaning. I will use every tear as teaching, every scar as strength, every delay as direction. You'll see how all of it fits together, the heartbreak, the silence, the lessons, the rebuilding. It will form the masterpiece I promised long ago. Breathe. Heaven is not late. He will speak again, not in rebellion, but in revelation. He will open his mouth, and what once came out as anger will now sound like wisdom. He will say, I understand now, and you will feel peace flood your chest. Because what once tore him apart has now taught him who he truly is. He is being refined like gold, heated, pressed, purified, but not destroyed. Every trial was a flame, every prayer was water, every moment you held on was the wind that kept him alive. And now, the fire that once hurt is producing light. You'll see it soon. You'll look at him and realize, he's not who he was, he's who he was meant to be. Type Amen 999 if you believe transformation has already begun in your son's life. My beloved child, heaven has announced his rising. Angels have begun preparing the stage of his restoration. Not a performance for pride, but a revelation of purpose. The world will see what faith can do when a mother refuses to stop believing. His rise will not be loud, it will be luminous. Slow, steady, unstoppable. He will rise from regret into redemption, from confusion into clarity, from silence into song. And when he does, you'll feel something inside you settle, a deep knowing that all along, I was faithful. Stay till the end. Because what's coming next is not the end of his story, it's the rewrite. And this rewrite will carry both your names. Heaven saw it all. Heaven has rewritten it all. And heaven will reveal it all. My beloved child, take this moment to breathe. You have walked through many nights of prayer, but now the dawn has come. The heaviness is lifting, and heaven's light is breaking through your window. Do you feel it? That stillness that doesn't need words? That is peace returning to your house. Your son's story is no longer in the hands of confusion. It's in mine. Every thread that looked tangled has been rewoven with purpose. Every season that looked wasted is now redeemed. I told you from the beginning, his struggle was sacred. Now you will see why. He will rise from this season stronger than before. Not because he escaped pain, but because he learned how to walk through it without losing faith. The boy who once felt broken is becoming the man who will build others. The same heart that once doubted will soon declare, "My God never left me." Heaven saw it all, the late nights, the unanswered questions, the quiet hope you carried when no one else believed. Now heaven rewards your faith. Type Amen to get blessings 444 if you believe God is fulfilling every promise over your child. My beloved, this is the hour of calm after the holy storm. Do not look for signs of the past, they are gone. Look for signs of grace, for they are blooming right where the pain once stood. Your son will laugh again, and this time, his joy will be real. He will stand taller, speak gentler, and carry a glow only heaven can give. The same people who doubted him will be speechless when they see what I've done. Because when I restore, I don't just return, I multiply. He's learning now that the love you showed him wasn't weakness, it was prophecy. He will thank you one day for every prayer, every warning, every tear. And when he does, you will know, the circle has closed, the journey is complete, and faith has finished its work. Say softly, God, thank you for not letting go of him. Your faith was the bridge between who he was and who he's becoming. You prayed when it didn't make sense, and that opened a door no man could close. The season of pleading is turning into a season of praising. Your hands that trembled in worry will soon lift in worship. Comment, Amen 777, if you believe your home is entering its season of peace. I am restoring laughter to your walls. The heaviness that made your mornings gray is lifting like fog. Where there was tension, there will be tenderness. Where there was confusion, there will be clarity. Even the small things, the meals, the small talk, the shared glances, will carry warmth again. Because I am healing not just him, but the bond between you. What was strained will become sacred. What was painful will now be proof of perseverance. You will no longer look at him and see the storm, you will see the survivor, the testimony, the light bearer. And I will whisper to you as you smile, see what faith can do. The story you thought was ending has only changed chapters. He is no longer the same person you prayed for, he is the one you prayed into being. This version of him is wiser, softer, and grounded in grace. He will teach others what prayer can rebuild. Breathe. Heaven is not late, heaven is perfect. Everything unfolded exactly on time. What looked like delay was divine choreography. Each tear had a purpose, each silence had a seed, each prayer had a response waiting in eternity. Heaven saw it all, and heaven has fulfilled it all. Type Amen 999 if you receive this final word for your family. My beloved, as you listen to this final promise, know this, I have sealed his destiny. He will not wander beyond my mercy. Even if he stumbles, grace will catch him. Even if he doubts, purpose will find him. Because I have written his story in light, and light cannot be erased. When the world hears his name again, they won't remember the struggle, they'll recognize the strength. You'll see him walking into rooms he once avoided, speaking words he once couldn't find, and carrying the calm that once only you had. And when that day comes, you will look toward heaven with tears in your eyes and say, it was worth it. And I will say, yes, my beloved, it was always worth it. Stay in peace now. The battle you fought in prayer is won. The child you worried over is covered. The promise I gave you is alive. Heaven saw it all, and now, heaven rewards your faith. His rise is unstoppable. His story is sacred. And his victory is already written. Comment, Amen 888 if you believe this chapter ends in peace and glory. Now rest, my beloved. The sound of restoration is playing softly in your house. The angels who fought for him are now singing over him. The light that left your eyes is returning. For I have done what I promised. And I will continue to do more. Let this truth sink deep, he is safe. He is seen. He is mine. And you, my faithful one, are the reason his story turned from sorrow to salvation. So breathe in peace, and exhale gratitude. Because heaven saw it all, and now, heaven has completed what it began. If you feel this was meant for you, subscribe now.